Hi there folks, I'm Dr. Peter Dingle, but please, before I get underway, I'd like to clarify something. I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a real doctor. I have what's called a doctorate. I'm a researcher. In fact, I'm an obsessive compulsive researcher, and all I ever do is research. So today, I'm going to enlighten you about where we've gone wrong with weight loss and what you can do. In fact, I'm running a workshop very soon after this on the 7 steps to weight loss and wellness. So please, come along. Now, the whole point of this is I can demonstrate to you we're on the wrong track. When it comes to wellness or when it comes to weight loss, we've gone down this pharmaceutical, junk food cycle, and it's totally wrong. It's really simple, folks. The single biggest cause of obesity in Australia and around the world is the Australian government. Why? Well, they gave you the food pyramid in the 1980s, and the food pyramid is so wrong. Now they've adjusted it, but you think, hold on, Pete, that was a long time ago. They've adjusted it. They now give you the food star system. Now, do you know in the food star system, you get 4.5 out of 5 for Milo. Milo has become a superfood, a weight loss food, and all the kids are going great, but that's not so bad, because guess what? In America, pizza is classified as a vegetable. Why? Because it's got vegetable sauce, tomato sauce on it. So all of these nutritional bits of information we get from the government, that we get from these dietetics people around who have been corrupted by the food industry, are what's making us fat. There is no doubt. And for the last 30, 40 years, we have spent billions of dollars on weight loss programs that don't work. In fact, my message is, don't do these diets. You know why they call it a diet? Because you die on it. What you do when you're on a diet is literally you lose weight, put it on, lose weight, put it on, lose weight, put it on. You die 10 years earlier than the average person, and you've been hungry and grumpy all your life. This is crazy, and they don't work. Calorie counting has never been demonstrated to actually benefit weight loss. You lose weight for a year and then you put it back on. Because what happens, this is the science, remember, I'm a scientist. Now you're probably saying, Pete, hold on, how can you be talking about weight loss? Well, let me tell you, I used to be 300 kilos. I'm lying. I wasn't. How do I know about weight loss? Because I've always maintained the exact weight I'm at. So does everyone in my family, but more importantly, we have 300 years of research with my research team from a university on wellness and weight loss. And the exact science shows up. So going back, the research on calorie counting shows it doesn't work. Because calories aren't calories. I can give you literally 10 times more calories of almond and almond oil and olive oil, and I can give you a little bit of sugar, and the sugar will put on weight, and this handful of calories will take off weight. Because it all comes down to nutrient density. Calorie counting has never been demonstrated to work effectively other than about 1 kilo in a year. And if you call that a successful program, wait till you see what we can do. It's amazing. So calorie counting, low-fat diets have never been demonstrated to work. In fact, the biggest problem with low-fat diets, and this is my prediction, is we will have a higher incidence of Alzheimer's and all these chronic neurodegenerative diseases in the future because the fats go into your nervous system. Your brain is 60% fat. That's why, by the way, when I was at primary school and they said, hey, fathead, it was a compliment. I didn't realise. Our brain is 60% fat. Our nervous system is made out of fat. You go off on a low-fat diet, one of these fat diets, and you are depleting your body of essential nutrients. Fat, good fats are essential nutrients. Now, on that, I will clarify something. The Heart Foundation and the government promote vegetable oils and margarine. Now, I do want to tell you that that is the most toxic fat you will ever have. So this is why I'm saying the advice we get from these so-called independent groups is being corrupted by industry. So we need to take a step back. We need good fats. We need to get off margarine. You know, margarine is so toxic. It is so toxic. Apart from reviewing the science on it, I did a study. I put it in the garage, and not a single animal came to eat it. Then I thought I'd better do a lab test, so I gave it to a Labrador, and the Labrador didn't eat it. Now, that's a joke, of course, but you get the idea. Labradors eat everything except margarine. It's not a food, and vegetable oils are not. So what should we be eating in the oils? It's the ones that you learn about at the talk, because it's those oils which will actually help with weight loss. You can have more calories, and lose weight. Now, here is the icing on the cake, literally, about calories. All of the research in science done on human studies fruit fly, mice, doesn't matter what type of animal, cell studies demonstrate that you go for artificial sweeteners which have 0 calories, you put on more weight. So don't tell me calories work. Calories are a vague idea, but now the government has insisted that everybody out there must count their calories. You go to McDonald's and it's got 4 million calories if you have that pizza or you have that hamburger. So you walk in and go, oh, that's too many, I better take out the tomato, I better take out the lettuce. The only nutrients in there they can take out because they're added calories. That's the stupidity of calories and the fact that we keep promoting these calorie-reduced diets. Low-fat diets, calorie diets, all of these things. The secret, here it is nutrient density. Nutrient density. It's what nutrients you're going to get in the foods that are going to make a difference. Because it determines, nutrient density determines your metabolism, how much energy you got. As you can see, I have a lot of nutrient-dense foods. And it also determines your hunger, your sensation of hunger, how much you feel like eating, and also what you want to eat. So nutrient-dense foods. And that starts off with a really simple equation, folks. Here it is, my secret to weight loss, and it's called vegetables. I know, it's rocking the audience out there, everyone's getting excited. It's vegetables, it's fruit, it's nuts, it's beans. Beans are superfoods. We know that, that's why we're called human beings. Bad joke, but you'll remember it and you'll probably relate to it later on when you lose your friends as a result of it. So beans are great. Oh, but hold on, the paleo people say don't eat beans, it's got toxins in it. Well, every food has toxins in it. All of the research, remember, I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist. Every one of my books that I've written, every single one has hundreds, if not over 1,000 references. And all the research on beans show beans are great for weight loss. They're great for health and well-being, reducing your risk of a heart attack, stroke, diabetes, you name it, even reversing these conditions. So my message, beans, beans, beans. Veggies, nuts. Nuts are so full of calories, and every handful of nuts will make you reduce weight. But it's not that's not the knobbies nuts and the dry roasted nuts and so on, it's the raw nuts. And of course you're going to probably say, Pete, do I need to soak them? Well, come to the workshop and I'll tell you. I'm a scientist, I research it. And then when it comes down to that final bit, there's also a lot of criticism of fruit. Oh, I'm a diabetic, I can't have fruit. Rubbish! Rubbish! Fruit is great for everybody. We are fruit eaters. And this is where I want to come from. Our genes, and this is the research that I do, our genes are literally 98.4% the same as a great ape. I don't want the paleo diet, I want the great ape diet, the great APE diet, the chimp diet, the gorilla diet. I don't mind what you call it, but we are primarily vegetable, nut, bean, fruit eaters. And that's what we need to be eating. So it comes to nutrient density and it comes to vegetables. And the second component of nutrient density is raw. Raw, raw, raw. How many times have you seen in the last 10, 20 years the people moving towards a raw food diet? That's what we should be doing. Now, do you have to eat everything raw? No. But if you want to lose weight, you have more raw. And I'll show you how. But there's one extra secret in raw food diet. And it is, come to my talk. No, I'll give it to you anyway in part. It's smoothies. Why? Because smoothies release, and not done with the ninja and the Karate Kid type things, done literally, so it's broken down at 16,000 reps per minute, it releases all the organic acid, all the enzymes to digest itself, and on top of that, it instantly, when you have raw food, sends messages to your brain, it sends messages to your genes to stop eating. Hence, it's almost impossible to overeat on raw and smoothies. But the real bonus of smoothies is that it becomes the perfect food for the probiotics, your gut microbiome. And if you haven't heard of that now, there are literally billions of dollars of research just put into that, looking at the gut microbiome. And the gut tells you how much you should eat and how much you shouldn't eat. So feed the gut the probiotics. Or you could go have a fecal transplant in a medical clinic, or you can do my program. Supplement with probiotics, which is the next one. Then you've got a high protein and the right type of protein. Don't have soy protein, please. The latest study on soy protein shows that it lowers testosterone levels in guys, sorry. A little quick in the voice there. So it lowers testosterone levels and nobody wants them lowered. And then after protein comes fiber. Now fibre is fantastic, but the latest research shows if you have fibre, it actually prevents the gut microbiome eating the inside of the gut wall. So we need the we need the fibre, we need the microbiome, all of those things tied in. And then my last nutritional component, but there's a lot more I'll give you in the talk, is water. But get rid of the fluoride and get rid of the chlorine, because they're both enzyme poisons and bacteria poisons, and your gut are made up of enzymes and bacteria. So get rid of the fluoride. Does fluoride contribute to get rid of tooth decay? If you want to get rid of tooth decay, get rid of the sugar. Get rid of the sugar. And then my last component is lifestyle. Lifestyle. And here I'm going to tell you, and you probably think, well, I'm going to go out and exercise. I'm going to run ragged around the block about 23 times and going to lose weight. Here it is. Remember, I do the research. Weight loss is not a result of exercise. You can exercise as much as you want and you're not going to lose weight. Now you're probably saying, great, this is fantastic, because when you exercise a lot, you actually generate the need to consume more food. You have something called a set point, and your body doesn't want to make you lose weight. Exercising makes you want to eat. And if you think, hold on, what about the biggest losers? Well, all the biggest losers put on weight, again, they put on more weight, and they had destroyed their endocrine, or their hormone system, and their balance in the body, called homeostasis. So going on that type of program is deadly for the body, as is all the weight loss diets. Now, when it comes to it, you're better off meditating to lose weight than you are exercising. And on top of that, use some common sense. I'll teach you about setting goals, some simple goals for weight loss, but also the other bits and pieces that we can do, how important sleep is, how important is slow eating, and how important is it just to take your time and appreciate life. Now, I've given you a snapshot. That's all the time I've got this morning to give you a snapshot. I'm on the workshop probably in about 25 minutes time. Please come over to the workshop and I'll give you an in-depth insight into all of that. Or come over to our stall at F22, and if I'm not there, my wife will talk to you as well. So thank you very much. God bless, and let's lose weight.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Peter. Dr. Peter's in workshop room 1 at 12 o'clock in about 20-25 minutes. That's the one. Very, very shortly we've got Drums of Peace, who are about to come and get themselves.